Good afternoon once again. So earlier, Mary Eloisa Fulio tackled about the nature and background of a research proposal. Now, for my part, I will tackle about the research-based journals and what may researchers get from these. So before I will continue, I would like to apologize if ever you can hear jingles of the politicians kay hapit na jud election, and then I would also like to apologize sa mga manok and sa other mga saba like vehicles. So what are research-based journals? So basically, research-based journals are scholarly publication. This means that it is a periodical that contains articles which are written by experts in a particular field of study who report the results of research in their field. So the articles are intended to be read by other experts or students of the field, and they are typically much more sophisticated and advanced than the articles found in general magazines. So this guide offers some tips to help distinguish scholarly journals from other periodicals. So to further grasp as to what is research-based journals all about, here are a few characteristics. So let's first go to the purpose, and then let's move forward to the appearance, authority, validity, and reliability, writing style, and references. So first off, we have here the purpose. So research journals communicate the results of research in the field of study which is covered by the journal. So it reflects a systematic and thorough study of a single topic, which is often involves experiments or surveys. So this may also publish review articles and book reviews that summarize the current state of knowledge on a topic. So, the appearance of research journals lack the slick advertising, classified ads, coupons, and etc., which is found in magazines. So, if you can see in magazines, daghan kayo siya kanang mga gipang advertise na product. Whereas here sa research journals, it is for academic purposes ra gid siya. And also sa mga like kanang surveys about or researches about science, or like for example about COVID-19. So articles are often printed one column to a page as in books, and there are often graphs, tables, or charts referring to a specific points in the article. So, for the authority, research articles are written by the person or persons who did the research being reported. When more than two authors are listed for a single article, the first author listed is often the primary researcher who coordinated or supervised the work done by the other authors. So, the most highly regarded scholarly journals are typically those sponsored by professional associations. So, very familiar na kay taaning American Psychological Association, and also the American Chemical Society. So for the validity and reliability, articles are submitted to research journals, and it is evaluated by an editorial board and other experts before they are accepted for publication. So this evaluation is called the peer review. It is designed to ensure that the articles published are based on solid research that meets the normal standards of the field of study covered by the journal. So professors sometimes use the term referred to describe peer-reviewed journals. So for the writing style of a research journal, uh, it contains usually an advanced vocabulary since the authors use the technical language or jargon of their field of study. The authors assume that the reader already possessed a basic understanding of the field of study. So, here in the references, the authors of research articles always bear in mind that they always indicate the source of information. These references are usually listed at the end of an article of the study, and they can also appear in the form of footnotes, endnotes, and a bibliography. So if you can still remember when you were making your abstract on your research during your senior high, you can inyo nagamit ang mga in-text citations para dili mo ma-plagiarize. So later on, Christine, I think one of my group mates will discuss about plagiarism. So here are the top 10 benefits of research-based journals. So why do we have to use research-based journals on our research? So there is really a long list of advantages associated with growing research information from academic journals online. And while everything has its pros and cons, the pros of using academic journals for research purposes far outweigh the cons. So the following are some of the distinct advantages of using these excellent information sources for your research. So let us just focus on online research-based journals because we all know that we are currently uh, in a distant learning situation. So first we have here research-based journals broadened our perspective. So what do we mean by this? So academic journals is a collection of thoughts and opinions by the authors who, after conducting researches and analysis, pen down their thoughts and finding in journals. And just like talking to different people about a certain topic broadens your perspective on the topic. So, thus, reading the thoughts and conclusions of different authors. Journals help you view topics from many different angles, hence formulating your individual opinion and conclusion. So, next we have here that most articles contained in journals include graphs, tables, images, and photographs, and even videos. So, usay kay video links ra ni siya. So which help illustrate the information being portrayed. So journals also come in many downloadable forms such as PDF and also unsa man tong usa HTML. So you don't have to limit yourself to plain text or reading materials. Some journals are even in the form of CDs and you can listen to them while you drive. So that's the beauty of online research-based journals. It is very accessible ra gyud. Next is research-based journals online are highly credible. Why? Because for the authors to publish academic journals online, they have to verify their information sources through links and citations. Mere personal opinions without proper and factual backup are not admissible. This makes online academic journals entirely credible and authoritative because you can verify the facts from their original sources. This, in turn, influences your work's overall quality, making it reliable also, as well as enriched with facts and truth. So next, research-based journals online, offer clarity. Why? Because these articles attempt to discuss and outline the merits of other explanations and viewpoints which are in contrast to their views. They do not seek to justify their own opinions and conclusions as the only credible truths, but rather acknowledge the contrasting opinions as credible too, and then clarify why they draw different conclusions. This helps you understand the pros and cons of the claims expressed in journals from more than one author's viewpoint. So, next is that they offer evidence for their claims. So authors of online academic journals are required to provide proof that supports their claims by referencing the sources of their information, just like what I've said, what I've mentioned earlier. So this helps you access the truth and you can draw your own conclusions if you don't agree with authors. So you can also tell where they borrow their school of thoughts from and clarify anything that you don't understand. So if mag-search man ka og kanang research-based journals online, pwede man nimo ma-download dayon or maka-request kag access sa author mismo or kanang pwede sad nga free ra siya diretso, ma-download ra siya diretso, and the other thing is kanang you still have to pay for it. So next is research options. What does this mean? So academic journals online come with several research options, which helps widen your scope. They allow you to explore both quantitative and qualitative research for optimum results. With both, you can analyze statistical data, opinions, verbal data, and etc. So this gives you a wider range of information to work with and you can therefore, let's just say, perform a comprehensive research from academic journals. So, you know that to write a high quality paper, you must lay a strong foundation for it through thorough in depth research, right? So, yeah, so these options allow you to conduct proper research so you can craft a paper worth its salt. So more to that, research-based journals online provides case studies. So it includes real-life case studies, which are excellent sources of in-depth information and knowledge. So by following these case studies that I mentioned, you can apply your wealth of knowledge to real-life situations and play scenarios out in your mind for better understanding. So doing this helps you to get a better grasp of the concepts and ideas with which you are working. From case studies, you can basically form your hypothesis as a researcher. I mean, so through these case studies, makagama pod ka og imuhang kaugalingon ni mga research. So imuha na na i himuon nga himuon nga reference ang imuhang nabasa nga research or imong nabasa nga case study. So for the top eight benefits, sa ika-eight na benefit of research-based journals, we have here the freedom to collect journals. Dili pa ay we still have it provides great reading with a wealth of knowledge. So it promotes active reading and provoke deep thinking. They offer a wealth of knowledge which comes critique and forces you to critique it also. So when you're presented with so many facts in one single source, you're prompted to seek out their sources to verify whether they are true, and they also drive your zeal to write enriching work. So next is focused research. Online based research based journals are like encyclopedias. It offers information in large quantities to scholars. So there's a wide variety of databases to source information from, but it's so much easier to access this information online because all you need is a computer and an internet. It narrows your search to a focused angle, then becomes easier because all you need to do is type in specific keyword phrases and you'll get thousands of search results in just a few seconds. So for the last one, we have the freedom to collect journals. So unlike in print copies era, when you could only access information physically in libraries, academic journals online come with the option of free downloads, which allow you to save material to your personal computer, laptops, or smartphones, or whatever device that you have. And doing this allows you to access information even in the absence of internet. And you can build your journal library on your computer. Even if you have to buy a journal or two, they're quite a worthwhile investment. Why? Because there was never a price tag on knowledge, 'di ba? Dili ka makabutang og price tag sa imuhang knowledge. So that's basically it, the 10 benefits of research based journals online. So, due to the high quality information contained in journals, which are enriched with facts and truths, you are bound to get rave ratings from your lecturers or even your research advisors if you use academic journals online for your scholarly research. Internet and technology have become widely available around the globe so that most people can access e-journals for research. So now let's continue as to where we can find research-based journals online. So who among you here have used ResearchGate? You can raise your hand if you used ResearchGate as a way of finding your review of related literature or the RRL. Raise your hands, please. All right, thank you. If you have used Google Scholar, raise your hands. And also Elsevier, who among you here have used this site? All right, thank you. If you you are planning on finding RRL or other researches, I have provided here a link for you to visit the site. So, mo ni ang itsura sa ResearchGate. So I think you're all familiar with this. So ang inyo rang buhaton ani kay mag-search ra mo og keywords from here sa kanang naay search bar dira, as well as sa Google Scholar. So ang Google Scholar is very familiar ra sad tan-awon no kay kanang permi na ni siya nato makit-an. I know inyo ning gigamit permi, and then from Google ra sad siya, so mo na ang iyahang logo is kanang same with Google. And also here, Elsevier, I am not really fond of Elsevier kay wala pa ko nakagamit ani. Pero if you have kanang utilize this for your research purposes, then that's good. So yeah, that's it, guys. That's basically the research based journals. So, thank you for listening. I hope you understood something. I hope you learned something from me. And if you have any questions, do not hesitate to drop your questions at chat box. So, I will now give the virtual floor to the next presenter. Thank you for listening.